Welcome students. This is Seema Gaur from Srimati LP Savani Vidya Bhavan, and we are going to continue the chapter number 9, the freedom movement of 1857 CE. In the first part, we have learned about the reasons for the outbreak of the revolt of 1857, in which some of the reasons were social and religious reasons, the economic reasons, political reasons, the military reasons, and the immediate reasons why the people revolted against the East India Company of the British. We have also learned about the Mangal Pandey and the planning of the revolt. Now we are going to study about the spread of the revolt and its leaders. So first, we are going to learn about Delhi and Bahadur Shah Zafar. The picture you can see on the right hand side of Bahadur Shah Zafar. The soldiers reached Delhi from Meerut in the morning on 11th of May. They could capture Delhi with the help of the Indian soldiers present there. They convinced the 80-year-old Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar to accept the leadership of the revolt. The news infused a new life in the revolt, and many regions of India joined the revolt. Dear students, some soldiers from Meerut, for the revolt, they reached Delhi on 11th of May. And they were able to get the powers of Delhi because there were more Indian soldiers in the army. And so with the help of that Indian soldiers, soldiers arrived from Meerut, and in Delhi, the Indian soldiers, they captured Delhi, and they convinced the 80 years old Mughal emperor. That time Bahadur Shah Zafar, he was the emperor at the throne of Delhi. They requested Bahadur Shah to accept the leadership of the revolt, and this news was spread in whole of India, and so many regions of India, they also joined the revolt as Bahadur Shah Zafar accepted the leadership. The next is Kanpur and Nana Sahib. Kanpur broke into the revolt on 4th of June 1857, and Nana Sahib Peshwa was asked to assume the leadership of the revolt. However, they had to surrender to the Britishers following an acute shortage of food and water due to a 22-day-long siege. So, in Kanpur, Nana Sahib Peshwa, he was given the leadership, and they started the revolt on 4th of June 1857. But as Nana Sahib Peshwa's soldiers were being surrounded by the British soldiers, and there was a shortage of food and water created, they have to surrender to the Britishers. In this way, they were not able to get success over the Britishers. The next is Bihar and Kunwar Singh. Patna and Jagdishpur were the main centers of the revolt in Bihar. Kunwar Singh, a 70-year-old landlord, was the leader of the revolt. He fought bravely against the Britishers. During a battle, he got shot in his arm. To stop the poison from spreading into his body, he chopped his hand off from the elbow and offered it to the river Ganga. He freed Jagdishpur from the British control before he died. Kunwar Singh was the leader of the revolt from Bihar, and Patna and Jagdishpur were its main centers from where they were going to revolt. And now this Kunwar Singh, he fought very bravely against the Britishers, and when he got his arm shot, means the bullet went into his arm, and to stop the poison from spreading, he cut off his arm from the elbow and just let it flow into the river Ganga. And finally, he got the Jagdishpur freed from the Britishers before he died. Now we are going to learn about Jhansi and the great warrior Lakshmi Bai. The Queen of Jhansi, Lakshmi Bai, was a great warrior. The Britishers did not accept her adopted son as the heir to the throne. This is the reason for her joining the revolt. She was one of the most skillful leaders of the revolt. She had also prepared an army of women to fight against the British. They fought bravely against the British. According to the British officials, Queen Lakshmi Bai was one of the greatest women leaders in the revolt of 1857. Rani Lakshmi Bai's kingdom was annexed by the Britishers by the policy of annexation, as he and his husband did not have any son. So they have adopted a son, but the Britishers were not ready to accept that adopted son as a next king to the throne, and they have taken away the kingdom of Jhansi. Rani Lakshmi Bai also wanted her kingdom back from the Britishers. So she prepared one army of women to fight against the Britishers. Even the British officials, those who have known about the Lakshmi Bai, they said that she was one of the greatest women leaders in the revolt of 1857. The next is a brave army commander, Tatya Tope. Nanasaheb Peshwa had made Tatya Tope the commander of the army at Kanpur. Soon he became his trusted commander. He skillfully fought to free Kanpur, playing the role of a commander for the first time in his life. For the next 2 years, he played a major role in the revolt across the country. No one in his time had fought as many battles as he did. Nanasaheb Peshwa, who was from Kanpur, he made Tatya Tope the commander of the army. And this was the first time the Tatya Tope became the chief. But he fought very skillfully, very efficiently and bravely against the Britishers. And for next 2 years after his becoming a commander, he played a major role in the revolt across the country. And no one during that time fought as many battles as the Tatya Tope fought. Soldiers from different parts of India had joined the revolt. From North India, Bareilly, Banaras, Allahabad, Agra, Azamgarh and Gorakhpur had joined. Ajmer, Nasirabad and Abu from the Rajputana and Gwalior, Mansar, Indore and Dhar from central India participated in the revolt. Satara, Kolhapur, Savantwadi, Nargad, Dharwad, etc. became active in south. However, these centers were scattered. So not only in the North India, but the different parts of India like North India, the Central India and from South India, the revolutionaries revolted against the East India Company, but it was totally in disorder. Everyone revolted at a different date and no proper planning was there, and that is why all were defeated by the Britishers. The revolt also started in Gujarat. So now let's see the revolt of 1857 in Gujarat. The 7th Battalion of the British Army broke into revolt in Ahmedabad, Gujarat in June 1857. However, it was soon halted. Dahod, Jhalod and Godhra of Panchmahal witnessed the skirmishes with the British. The soldiers could capture government offices with the help of the natives but were soon defeated. The Naikadas of Panchmahal continued the rebellion almost for a year. In Gujarat also revolt had taken place. The 7th Battalion of Ahmedabad, they also started the revolt in 1857 but it was stopped. And in North Gujarat also, Dahod, Jalod, Godhra, Panchmahal, they also had some short fights with the British army. and the soldiers could capture the government offices with the help of the natives, but were again defeated by the Britishers and taken back. The Naikadas of Panchmahal, he continued the fight almost for 1 year. Garbardas Patel, the headman of Anand in Kheda district, collected almost 2000 volunteers of the Koli and Naikadas community to join the revolt. He was supported by Jivabai Thakur of Khanpur, Malaji Joshi and Krishna Das Dave. However, the supporters of Garbardas were captured by the Britishers, tied to the cannon and were blown off with a cannonball fire. Garbardas was exiled to Andamans, where he died. The head of the Anand, that was Garbardas Patel in Kheda district of Gujarat, he collected the 2000 people of Koli community and Naikadas community to join the revolt, and he was also supported by the 3 people, and these supporters were captured by the Britishers and tied to the large gun which is used in the army, and they were blown off with the cannonball fire. And this Garbardas was also sent to Andamans as a punishment, and he died over there. The people of Chandak village, which is 16 miles away from Idar, accepted the leadership of Nathaji and Yamaji and joined the revolt. The British had camped at Nandana village between Okha and Baradi. The British commander of navy became impatient and reached the fort of Bet Dwarka via Bay of Bet. Donovan ordered an attack on the fort. The Wagers inside the fort had no such artillery to counter-attack. At this time, the Wager women came up with a very brave and innovative idea. They soaked the mattresses with water in which they could catch the cannonballs and cool them immediately. This would enable the Wager women to fight the battle without being hit by the cannonballs. Nowhere in the history of the world such act of valor has been exhibited. Wager women were bravely disarmed the cannonballs without worrying about their own lives. Their act of bravery was equivalent to that of Rani Lakshmi Bai. These women were the Lakshmi Bais of Gujarat. As there was revolution taking place in all over India and in Gujarat also, so the people of Chandok village, which is nearly about 16 miles from Idar, they also started the revolt, and their leader was Nathaji and Yamaji. The British also, they were staying with the army at the Nandana village between Okha and Baradi. During that time, the British commander of navy, he became impatient. He wanted to catch hold of all the revolutionaries, and so he reached the fort of Bet Dwarka via the Bay of Bet, and the Britisher Donovan, he ordered to attack the fort in which the revolutionaries were staying. But the Wager is a name of a community. Those who were inside the fort, they were not having any weapons to fight against those Britishers. And at this time, the wife of the Wagers, which are called the Wager women, they came up with very brave idea and a very different idea that to be saved from cannonballs, they soaked the mattresses in water and made it wet, and so whenever the Britisher used to fire the cannon, they would catch in that wet mattresses and cool them immediately, and this would enable this Wager men to fight the battle without being hit by this cannon balls. And in the history, there is nowhere such a bravery act done by the women. And these Wagir women, they fought very bravely and they made the Britishers' cannonballs disarmed without worrying about their own lives. And their act of bravery was actually equal to the Lakshmi Bai, Jhansi Ki Rani Lakshmi Bai, and they are also called the women equal to Lakshmi Bai's. Cities of North Gujarat like Patan, Kheralu, Bhiloda, Muleti, etc. broke into the revolt with the help of the natives. Apart from this, in December 1858, Tatya Tope stayed with his army in Panchmahal district of Gujarat. He had to escape to the forest of Banswara when being chased by the British army. Some other cities of Gujarat also joined the revolt, and with the help of the people living in the city, they fought the revolt with the Britishers. And also Tatya Tope, he also stayed with his army in Panchmahal district of Gujarat, and then he has to run away into the forest of Banswara as he was chased by the British army. In this way, we have learned that in different parts of Gujarat also revolution took place against the East India Company of Britishers. Now the next topic is end of the revolt. During the revolt, weapons and soldiers were supplied to the Britishers from England, Iran, etc. The revolt had started on 10th of May 1857, but by the end of June 1857, the Britishers were able to regain control on Banaras and Allahabad. Kanpur was recaptured by the end of July and Delhi in September 1857. Bahadur Shah Zafar and his queen Begum Zeenat Mahal were imprisoned and exiled to Rangoon, the capital of Burma, where they died after few years, and their 3 sons were also murdered. During the revolt, the Britishers were getting the weapons and soldiers from England and Iran, whereas Indian revolutionaries, they did not have much of arms. So the revolt, which was started on 10th of the May from Meerut, it came to end by the end of the June 1857, and Britishers, they got the control back on Banaras and Allahabad. On the different places, they got the control back on the different dates, like on Kanpur, the Britishers recaptured by the end of July, and in Delhi they got the control back in September 1857, and the Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was on the throne of Delhi, and his queen Begum Zeenat Mahal, they were put into jail and sent to Rangoon, the capital of Burma, and they died over there after few years. Even their 3 sons were murdered, so there was no one left to throne after Bahadur Shah Zafar. Lucknow was recaptured in March 1858. Jhansi fell because the treachery of one of the courtiers of Jhansi. As a result, Lakshmi Bai escaped towards Kalpi, where she died while fighting in a battle with the British troops. In this way, Lucknow and Jhansi were also taken away by the Britishers, and Lakshmi Bai died in the battlefield. Nana Sahib Peshwa escaped to Nepal after the final defeat. It is believed that he lived in the Sihor village of Bhavnagar district of Gujarat, where he is believed to have died in 1902. Nana Sahib, who was the leader of Kanpur revolutionaries, he has to escape to Nepal after he was defeated by the Britishers, and it is believed that he lived in the Sihor village of Bhavnagar district of Gujarat, and he died there in 1902. It is said that Tatya Tope was captured due to the betrayal of one of his allies, According to the official documents, Tatya Tope was hanged on 18th of April 1859. However, as per the other sources, we come to know that Tatya Tope had managed to escape and someone else was hanged in his place. It is believed that he had spent the last years of his life in Navsari. It is said that one of the helper of Tatya Tope, he cheated on him, and so Tatya Tope was captured by the Britishers. And according to the official documents, means in the paper it is written that Tatya Tope was hanged on 18th of April 1859. But some other sources, they say that the Tatya Tope managed to escape from the Britishers and someone else was hanged in his place. And it is also believed that he spent the last years of his life in Navsari, which is in Gujarat. We have seen that from all the part of India, the revolution took place, but it was ended by the Britishers. So now we are going to learn that why was the revolt a failure? What were the reasons for the failure of this revolt of 1857? The revolutionaries failed to retrieve the power from the Britishers due to their limitations, some of which were: the rebels lacked coordination, there was an absence of centralized leadership, there was no provision of reinforcement of men, money and ammunition. The revolutionaries, they did not have coordination among them. Okay, there was no one single leader for whole of the revolt. There were different leaders at the different places, and no provision was made for the extra army money or the food and the things required for the army. Second reason was the outbreak of the revolt happened way before the pre-planned date. As a result, the planning was disrupted and it alerted the British. The leaders have planned the revolt on 31st of May 1857. But we have seen that because of Mangal Pandey and in some areas of India, the revolt started earlier. And as a result, the Britishers got alert and the planning of the leaders of revolutionaries, that was disturbed. The third reason is the revolt remained concentrated largely in North India. Many social reformers refrained directly or indirectly from joining the revolt. This proves that the intellectual class did not support the revolt. The major revolt was mostly done from the North India, and many social reformers, they remained away from this kind of revolt which was violent. They wanted to keep away from this kind of revolt. This proves that the many intelligent people, the people who can understand the logic, they did not support this kind of revolt which was violent. The fourth reason is India is a country known for its regional diversity in languages, food habits, dressing, etc. Before the British rule, the people were ruled by regional dynasties. As a result, the sentiments of nationalism, belongingness to nation as one nation had not developed either in the people or in their leaders. Many leaders either sided with the British or remained passive at the time of the revolt. We know that India has many diversities in languages, food habits, dressing, etc. because the different dynasties ruled over India when the Britishers arrived. And so what happened? The feeling of nationalism was not there in the people. They did not believe that India is one nation and we should take out the revolution for the whole of nation. So this kind of feeling was not developed either in the people nor in the leaders. No revolutionaries, they had the feeling that we are from India and we should fight for India. Many leaders also they took the side of the Britishers, or some remained even quiet. They did not wanted to speak at the time of revolt against the Britishers. The Sikhs and Gurkhas fought by the side of British, which proved to be a major disadvantage for the rebels. The Sikhs and Gurkhas, they are counted to be as very brave people in India, and both of them, these both community, they took the side of Britishers. So that was one of the biggest disadvantage for the revolutionary. The British had a superior army, weapons and military commanders compared to the rebels. The revolutionary who wanted to fight against the Britishers, they did not have as good as weapon as the Britishers were having. The army, like Britishers, a big army, and the commanders to fight against the Britishers. And so they could not compare themselves, or they were not able to stand against the British army. And all the leaders, those who were fighting for the regaining their power of territories, lost to the British. They were not fighting for the freedom of their nation. So the leaders, like as we have talked about the Nana Sahib, Bahadur Shah, Kuwar Singh, they all were fighting to get back their territories from the Britishers, but they were not fighting for the freedom of our country, that is the freedom of India. So these were all the reasons responsible for the failure of the revolt. Now we are going to learn about the effects and consequences which took place after the revolt. The revolt was not successful against the Britishers. However, it still ushered in a new era of change. Even though we were not able to get the freedom from Britishers and it was not successful, some changes were being noticed after this revolt. The first was company rule came to an end in India, and India came under the rule of the crown. So now East India Company was not ruling, but the direct rule of England, the Queen of England came to India. The rule of Queen from England came to India. The interference in the internal affairs of the princely states of India was stopped. Now the Britishers, they were not interfering in the internal affairs of the states. The British government was compelled to change its policies towards India. So the Britishers were forcefully, they were forced to change the policies which they have started in India, and the salary allowances and facilities were given to the Indian soldiers, sepoys were increased. And this revolt also helped in invoking a feeling of nationalism in the people of India. So after this revolt, people started feeling that they are Indians, and the feeling of nationalism arose in the people of India. So these were the effects of revolt of 1857.